Next, I'd like to introduce Rabbi Mark Shook, who is the chaplain coordinator for the St. Louis County Police Department, for our opening prayer.
Eternal God, creator of us all, help us to see. There are times when we, your creations, do not get it. We watch snow fall from the heavens and miss the intricate design in each flake. We listen to a piece of powerful music and fail to see the hundreds of individual notes on a page, carefully placed there by a composer into harmonies and discords by design. We walk, ride, or drive through our community, paying no attention to the engineers, craftspeople, and laborers whose united efforts produced the roadways and neighborhoods we inhabit. Our understanding of time is linked to the stars and planets. Our calendars mark the clockwork of your universe. If we do not take the time to look, consider, and reflect upon all that has happened in the past year, we will miss so many achievements and at the same time fail to learn lessons from our failures. We humbly ask, O God, that you bless the efforts of our gathering this morning. Help us to pay close attention to the services we have promised to provide, to take notice of the good, to correct the bad, to avoid the ugly. Help our leaders to shine a great light upon those citizens in our community who, doing good, go above and beyond for the well-being of all. Give our officials wisdom to recognize in each missing of the mark, in each bad failure an opportunity, and challenge to get things right for the greater community the next time. Help our leaders avoid the ugly conflicts, the personal insults, the bitter feuds that keep us from carrying out our responsibilities and seeing our true identity. We are, after all, each one of us, created in your image. Bless us this morning, going forward now and always, and we say, Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi. Next, I'd like to welcome UMSL Chancellor Kristen Sobolik to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kristen Sobolik, Chancellor of the University of Missouri St. Louis. And on behalf of our students, faculty, staff, and alumni, I welcome you to the UMSL campus as we host the 2024 State of the County Address at the Touhill Performing Arts Center. It is a pleasure this morning for me to see so many of our neighbors, friends, and community partners, including our local mayors, members of the St. Louis City Council, and St. Louis County Council, and other elected officials that we collaborate with on a daily basis. Thank you for joining us today. And I'd be remiss if I did not thank our wonderful UMSL students, as well as our UMSL leadership team and members of the Chancellor's Council for participating in today's event. I especially want to thank and acknowledge vocalist Arissa Ford-Smith and pianist Cameron Hikes, two students from our outstanding music department, for their performances this morning. So let's give them another round of applause. Thank you for joining us today. The University of Missouri St. Louis was established in 1963 by visionary leaders and community champions who came together with shovels in hand and a resolute mission to establish a public research university that would expand educational access, drive economic and research growth, and bring services to the largest and most economically important region of the state. Today, UMSL remains committed to that vision. For 60 years, UMSL has been an unwavering source of collaborative support, educational excellence, research, impact, and community service, all while driving the workforce development of this region. Today, the University of Missouri-St. Louis has earned and taken its place as a premier national public research university. We continue to climb in U.S. News and World Report's best colleges rankings and as a major metropolitan university. UMSL now ranks among the nation's top 100 performers for social mobility. UMSL also boasts the largest alumni base in the St. Louis region, with more than 80,000 graduates living and working in Missouri, where they contribute more than $13.5 billion annually to the state's economy. With investments from the state of Missouri and UMSL donors, our university has launched a 4-year, $110 million historic transformation of our campus that features the establishment of a cohesive academic core on our North Campus, while opening up 35 acres on our South Campus to create a North St. Louis County business and workforce district. Through our collaborative work with state and local officials, as well as corporate, educational, and innovation partners, UMSL stands ready and prepared to help propel St. Louis forward by continuing to educate the region's professional workforce and building leaders who serve from the C-suite to Main Street and all points in between. In closing, we extend our sincere gratitude to County Executive Page and his leadership for choosing the UMSL campus to present the 2023 State of the County Address. It is our honor to have hosted this event for a second time. So again, thank you all, and welcome to UMSL.
Thank you, Chancellor. Now, like many of you, I've spent my entire life in the St. Louis region. I've learned to navigate the winding streets of our community, first on my bike, then on foot, and eventually by car. Along the way, I've encountered the vibrant communities that make St. Louis County so special and so full of opportunity. However, I've also witnessed the persistent inequities in poverty, education, and infrastructure that continue to affect all of our communities today. Despite these challenges, I have experienced the resilience and strength of a county whose beating heart lies within its people. This strength drives us to work together toward a better future through community-driven initiatives. My experiences as a native of St. Louis have motivated me to become more engaged in civic and political activities and to recognize the power of simple participation. As the chair of the St. Louis County Youth Advisory Council, I am inspired every day by the dedication of other young people who are actively taking on civic responsibilities and advocating for positive change. Their passion encourages me to continue working toward a St. Louis County where every voice is heard, where every challenge is met, and where our county's resilient spirit is sustained. I thank County Executive Sam Page for his leadership and encouragement for myself and my fellow members of the Youth Advisory Council. I appreciate his commitment to elevating the voices of young people in our community. And now, it is my honor to introduce County Executive Dr. Sam Page.
Wow. Good morning. Thank you, Chancellor Soblik, for hosting us today. And I'm honored to hold my State of the County here at UMSL as you celebrate 60 years of service and commitment to delivering educational access and opportunity to our region. UMSL is a treasure for St. Louis County and a great partner to St. Louis County government. Thank you, Elizabeth Franklin, for emceeing today, and I'm proud of the work of the Youth Advisory Council and all that they're doing, helping us set priorities for the next generation. St. Louis County is a great place to be. Let's start there. We're the largest county in the state, we're the economic engine of the region, and we're the place where opportunities abound. Many top companies call the county home, including Boeing, Centene, Emerson Electric Enterprise, SSM Healthcare, and Worldwide Technology. St. Louis County accounts for half of the jobs in the metropolitan area and 1/4 of all the jobs in Missouri. If we're not successful, the entire state suffers. We've seen challenges over the past few years that took an incredible toll on our communities. But as proud Midwesterners, we are resilient, and we have seen a great deal of hope and good news over the past year. Flights out of Lambert are at pre-pandemic levels, and the plan to expand the airport here in North County with more gates is well underway. Flights to Europe are going well, with Lufthansa saying additional flights could be added to their schedule. Boeing plans to invest $1.8 billion on its campus to the east of Lambert, creating 500 good-paying jobs. And this expansion will fundamentally change the St. Louis region's place in the aerospace industry. And right behind us in the old Express Scripts building, Clayco has announced it's going to move and expand its office, creating another 400 jobs for our region. And last month, Performance Food Group broke ground on its new food distribution center at North Park, a $120 million investment bringing 100 new jobs to North St. Louis County. All of these are just the highlights of the developments that are practically a stone's throw from this auditorium. We're in the process of demolishing the long vacant Jamestown Mall to ready the 140 acres for an exciting new development that will enhance the community and bring tax revenue to the county. That demolition should be finished this summer. Because of the extraordinary cooperation between state and local leaders, we were able to put together the funding to make that demolition possible. Last month, I spoke at the ceremony celebrating the completion of the I-270 North project, a $278 million investment to make the interstate and its exchanges easier to navigate and attract more development to North County. I appreciate the leadership of the Missouri Department of Transportation on that transformative interstate project, and I'm glad that St. Louis County was able to contribute $6 million to ensure that project was completed. We're also excited about the progress being made at Gateway Studios in Chesterfield, across the from the county's Spirit of St. Louis Airport. Kudos to Aviation Director John Bales and his team for their work this past year. They oversaw more than 400 flights daily and sold over 7.3 million gallons of fuel. And we expect those numbers to continue to grow as entertainers from across the country come to St. Louis County to create and practice their tours at Gateway Studios before taking them on the road. I can picture it now. Taylor Swift flies across the state after attending a Chiefs game to practice her next record-breaking tour right here in St. Louis County. That would be better than our wildest dreams. We'll work on that. When I took office in 2019, I pledged to make our decisions through a lens of equity. What does that mean? It means getting resources to those who need them the most. For decades, North County did not get the resources it needed. Years of disinvestment resulted in more nuisance properties, population decline, increased crime, and health disparities. North County needs to do well for the whole county and the whole region to succeed. And I've expressed since I took office more than 4 years ago. This year, I had my team put together a report highlighting the investment in North County, demonstrating our priorities and our commitment to an equitable St. Louis County. I encourage you to take a look at our work. You can find it on our homepage or by scanning the QR code behind me. This spring, we'll gather to celebrate the opening of a new North County Police Precinct. And next month, we'll cut the ribbon on our new Afton Southwest Precinct, which bears the name of Officer Blake Snyder, killed in the line of duty in 2016. We're investing another $46 million in police facilities to ensure our officers have secure places to train, work, and interact with the community. Last year, regional leaders gathered to have 2 deep dive discussions on how to reduce violent crime. And I appreciate the work of my colleagues in neighboring counties and East-West Gateway for sponsoring these discussions. I'm fortunate to have a good working relationship with Mayor Jones, and we're constantly looking for ways to collaborate and create a safer, more vibrant region. I like this picture, and thank you, Mayor Jones, for joining us today. I made criminal justice reform a priority of mine when I became county executive. Less than 2 months after I took office, I convened the county's Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, commonly called the Crime Commission. It had been at least 40 years since the commission met, and we now hold commission meetings quarterly. The Crime Commission is a unique opportunity for me to bring into the same room police leadership, prosecuting attorney, the presiding judge, the jail director, and residents to work as one to address public safety, the area where our county invests its most resources. Violent crime is down in St. Louis County, and there's been a significant drop in vehicle thefts. That's encouraging. And I appreciate the leadership of Chief Kenneth Gregory and his entire team. Police are a critical piece of public safety, but it's not the only piece. That's why we have been working so hard to make our Justice Center one of the best in the country. Like with the Crime Commission, I also brought back the Justice Service Advisory Board, which had been inactive for many years. The board has pushed for reform and offered some strong critiques along the way. And we've worked closely with the Justice Center leadership to understand policies and how to improve them. For our jail residents, we offer more opportunities to be successful when they leave our care. And that includes apprenticeship courses and college courses. We must be doing all that we can to create a pathway to success. If residents leave the Justice Center with more skills, more education, and carry with them feelings of hope and confidence, reoffending rates drop. Crime drops, and our community is safer. Thanks to a partnership with St. Louis Community College, we're able to offer college courses to our jail residents. And since beginning this partnership in 2023, the students have maintained an impressive 3.49 GPA. Our residents have access to educational programs through the tablets that each of them receives at intake. The tablets allow residents to make calls and send emails to keep in touch with their loved ones. They can also listen to music and watch movies and read one of the 50,000 free books or watch a class offered by the St. Louis County Library on topics such as science, cooking, gardening, drawing, and history. The Justice Center provided more than 1.3 million free phone calls to residents last year, made possible by them having access to these tablets. A resident recently told Justice Service Director Doug Burris that he used his tablet to complete an anger management course. The tablets keep residents engaged and out of trouble. Disciplinary action in the Justice Center has decreased substantially. And I'm proud to say that the St. Louis County Justice Center last year received the highest accreditation score of any jail in the U.S. Thank you to Doug and his hard work and in the work of his predecessor, Scott Anders. Your passion and dedication and hard work is paying off. We're also proud of the work being done in the partnership between Justice Services and Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell's office and the Department of Public Health. They're working on a mental health diversion unit. The establishment of this unit can lead to an enhanced public safety and a more equitable and effective criminal justice system. I love taking this opportunity to talk about St. Louis County. It's truly incredible all of the work we've accomplished in 2023. Despite budget challenges, our employees across the board do all that they can to provide top-notch services to our residents. That dedication and service was recognized this past November by voters in unincorporated St. Louis County who overwhelmingly rejected an annexation effort by the City of Manchester and reaffirmed their trust in the services provided daily to unincorporated residents in St. Louis County. Good government seldom gets attention, but that's why I'm giving it a shout out here. Our 311 Customer Service Division answered nearly 55,000 phone calls and assisted more than 200,000 people who visited our government buildings in person. One good government change made this past year was the electronic plan review, which was years in the making. So what is this exactly? It means you no longer have to make a trip to the county administration building to submit plans for residential or commercial projects. Less paperwork and a quicker process saves time and money and makes it easier for a small business to renovate in St. Louis County. And these efforts are a win for economic development and for attracting more jobs to the county. Thanks to Transportation and Public Works Director Stephanie Leon Streeter and IT Director Will Reese and their teams and their departments for getting this process up and running. And thanks to the Regional Permitting Collaborative for their partnership in this project. Our employees have been working diligently on a new vacant property initiative, which addresses historical disparities in ownership, especially in minority households. This past year, our Revenue Department resolved title issues for 122 households and preserved $10.3 million in equity for St. Louis County homeowners. We look forward to finding the necessary resources to continue this important initiative. The Property Tax Alert Program began in 2022 and continues to be a popular service offered by our Revenue Department. This program notifies residents of potential property fraud. Nearly 40,000 residents have signed up for this service. It's another vital way we're protecting our community. You can also now apply for a marriage license online. That's saving a step on the way to saying I do, which more than 4,000 couples did last year. The Revenue Department also continues digitizing records to make them more accessible and accessible to the residents, and we now have more than 6 million images digitized, and the number continues to grow. This month, we'll begin rolling out a credit card payment system for many of our services, creating another way to make it easier to do business in St. Louis County. Thank you to Director Tony Smee and Deputy Director Erica Savage and the entire Revenue team for your dedication. Parks are an essential part of any community, and I'm proud that St. Louis County can boast of the quality of our parks and all the amenities they offer. Parks attract visitors and residents alike, bringing the community together to enjoy hiking, running, hockey, soccer, pickleball, and line dancing, just to name a few. The activity list really seems endless. In 2023, we celebrated the opening of African Schoolhouse No. 4 in Faust Park. St. Louis County is honored to be the final home for this historic schoolhouse that has now been preserved for generations to come. This schoolhouse is a reminder of the principles that the Black community in Chesterfield fought for back in the 1800s, that education is a right for all, and that when we work together, there is nothing that we can't accomplish. Our Parks Department also creates economic opportunities by attracting visitors to our area. Creve Park Soccer Complex is a perfect example. Opened in February of 2018, this complex was a culmination of a united effort between St. Louis County, the St. Louis Convention and Visitors Commission, and the St. Louis Area Soccer Club community. The Creve Park Soccer Complex brought to St. Louis a vibrant sports culture and economic vitality. In 2023, this park once again hosted the United States Youth Soccer Midwest Regional Championships. This premier event not only elevates our county's reputation in the sporting world, but also injects a significant economic boost into our local economy. The tournament alone brings in more than $10 million to our community and underscores what a profound impact when we dream big and when we work together. So thank you to Brian Schaefer, our Parks Director, and his staff for their tireless work to make St. Louis County parks the best in the region. This month, St. Louis County Municipal Courts will launch the Your Community, Your Court survey campaign. Our communities have the opportunity to use this survey to tell us if the reforms we've made in the last 4 years are working. St. Louis County has worked diligently to reimagine how our municipal court interacts with our communities. And under the direction of Courtney Whiteside, the St. Louis County Municipal Court is leading the way by offering a community-centric court that meets people where they are. Instead of focusing on punishment, our court is working to solve problems with empathy and understanding and building trust in our community. And because of that work, 5 municipalities contract with St. Louis County to provide full municipal court services, and 8 municipalities work with us for specialty court services. We welcome any other municipality to join us in this journey to be fair and compassionate in judgment. St. Louis County has the only public health department in Missouri that offers clinical services. For the last few years, they've been focused on protecting our community during the deadly pandemic by distributing life-saving vaccines. But they also protect our community in many other ways. One major way is by focusing on addressing the opioid epidemic. Under the leadership of Dr. Kanika Cunningham, the Department of Public Health distributed more than 5,000 Narcan rescue kits last year. We also saw a decrease of overdose deaths by 11%. And we know that 1 year does not make a trend, but we're optimistic that our work is paying off as we break the stigma of substance use and provide avenues for prevention and treatment. Other vital work done by the health department includes diverting more than 200 tons of electronic waste from landfills by helping fund e-recycling events along with our municipal partners. And to ensure a safe dining experience, we conduct more than 10,000 restaurant inspections each year. We talk a lot about diversity, and it's sad that in some political circles, diversity is considered a bad thing. Not in St. Louis County. We must fight for those who are under attack, and we must ensure that we listen to the voice of those who are different than us. Diversity is about race, gender, age, sexual orientation, and physical and mental abilities. But everyone comes to the table with a different perspective. Why would we want to stifle any voice? In February, I proudly announced the formation of an LGBTQ task force, which has been meeting monthly to discuss ways to make St. Louis County a more welcoming place to live, to work, and to thrive. The group is also looking at how we can ensure St. Louis County government is as welcoming and inclusive as possible for our employees. And I appreciate the work of the task force, and I look forward to a report from that group later this year. Last September, I declared it Welcoming Week in St. Louis County, presenting a proclamation to the Mosaic Project and some of our foreign board leaders. This is an annual campaign to celebrate and showcase communities striving to be more welcoming places for all. Launched in 2012, Welcoming Week provides people and communities the opportunity to proclaim welcoming values through events and initiatives that foster mutual understanding between immigrants and non-immigrants, as well as a deeper belonging for all. And we're proud to say that St. Louis County is for everyone. If we want to continue growing our region, building a strong workforce, attracting national and international companies to St. Louis County, we must do all that we can to attract and retain immigrants here. A primary goal of the Mosaic Project is to transform St. Louis into one of the fastest growing major metropolitan areas for immigrants by 2025. The Mosaic Project is a part of the St. Louis Economic Development Partnership's efforts to grow our region by attracting and retaining talent from across the globe. I appreciate the work of Executive Director Betsy Cohen and all of her team. Last year, when we flew Hispanic Heritage flags in Memorial Plaza, some wondered why. It's a simple act that may not seem much to some, but to be seen means a lot to everyone. Within the next month, I anticipate announcing my 500th appointment to our boards and commissions. I want to mark what an incredible milestone that is and thank all who have stepped up to serve. And that includes many of you who are here in the audience. It's through our boards and commissions that the voices of our residents are amplified, helping us shape policy and set priorities so we know how to best use our resources. We're looking for our residents to help shape our future. So please go to stlewiscountymo.gov or scan the QR code behind me to take a look at opportunities. Over the past year, we had difficult discussions about the county's budget, and we worked to reduce the deficit. While we have a healthy reserve that can keep us going for a few more years, that's not a sustainable way to look ahead. We cannot cut our way out of a deficit when costs continue to rise. We have the best police department in the region, but to ensure they remain well-trained and have the resources they need to do their job, we need to have reliable, steady revenue. We have over $2 billion in infrastructure projects that we do not have funding for. We need more revenue, not less, to keep our streets safe. We work to be fiscally responsible while providing the services our residents have come to expect, and we can't let them down. But that's what we're going to do if we don't make these difficult decisions to increase revenue streams. The county tax rate has not been increased since 1984, and several of my staff members weren't even born the last time county government increased its tax rate. We need to look at new revenue options, and I thank the council for putting the marijuana tax to the vote of the people, which voters successfully approved last year. It's projected to bring in more than $3 million this year. But we have to look at other avenues, and that includes an online sales tax to level the playing field for all small businesses. I know the Municipal League is important to them. We've talked about this quite a bit, and I see several mayors in the audience. We're losing out on as much as $10 million a year by not taxing these purchases in St. Louis County alone. So why leave money on the table and continue to make it more difficult for our small businesses to compete? So we know the best way to grow our economy is to have a well-trained workforce. Last year, we began meeting with members of the Regional Business Council to see how government and the private sector can work together to bolster the workforce. We have many groups and organizations doing great work, but often in silos. My administration aims to unify resources among the public and private sectors to expand access to job training centers, apprenticeships, and mentorships. Thanks to Human Services Director Howard Hayes and his staff for bringing everyone to the table for these important conversations. And I want to highlight one of those remarkable apprenticeship programs, one between St. Louis County and Washington University. This public-private partnership has given rise to groundbreaking medical assistant program recognized by Congress as a promising practice for other communities across the nation to follow. St. Louis County pays for participants to go through training, and this visionary partnership has already enrolled nearly 300 people in the medical assistant program. These are not just numbers, they represent lives positively impacted, careers transformed, futures redefined. One graduate had this to share about the program. Without the help and assistance from Workforce Development and Washington University, my dreams would have only been seen when I closed my eyes. Not only did I get a better life and financial security, but I can now say I'm living my dreams. Our workforce development team is meeting the demand for skilled training and creating sustainable pathways to good jobs in our community. For the first time in 40 years, St. Louis County will create a new comprehensive plan that will guide us in developing a sustainable and thriving community. Led by Planning Director Jacob Trimble and his team, we have an immense opportunity with this 2050 comprehensive plan to face our challenges head-on. How can we assure our communities have attainable housing opportunities for our residents? How can we build resilience in the face of the climate crisis? How can we support and expand our business community as we work to reverse decades of stagnation? Now is the time to be brave and to ask hard questions about what we want the future of St. Louis County to be, and to challenge ourselves to unite behind a bold vision for the future. We look forward to engaging our communities in this critical planning process. Now, we are unique. We have 87 municipalities and 24 school districts. Those alone represent more than 100 bodies of government within the boundaries of St. Louis County. So sometimes it's a challenge to row the boat in the same direction. But we're committed to more cooperation, better communication, and common goals. And those goals include recruiting, retaining, and expanding our businesses, and making sure all of our neighborhoods are safe and our business districts are vibrant. Working to be the best that we can be, we had to take a look at ourselves and to see others as they see us. We found that St. Louis County lacks an identity. The region is often illustrated with an arch, but that national monument sits within the boundaries of our great neighbor to the east, not here in St. Louis County. When taking a closer look at how we represent ourselves, we discovered what you see behind me. An array of logos and colors and fonts, some dating back at least 30 years. In other words, they are millennials. Lots of inconsistencies and messaging challenges come with this many representations of St. Louis County. Defining our brand helps market the county to the rest of the world as a place united, a place excited, a place that you want to be your future. Our brand should serve as a point of pride for the residents of the most populous county in Missouri. We are your path to success, and we are Opportunity Central. So today I'm proud to officially begin the rollout of these efforts by introducing you to our new county logo. So let me tell you a little bit about what you're seeing. This logo serves as a cohesive symbol of St. Louis County, bringing our brand tagline, Opportunity Central, to life by physically placing the modern fleur-de-lis in the center of the woven circles. As most of you know, the fleur-de-lis is a nod to the area's French settlement and its roots. And you'll see variations of it throughout the region as a symbol of pride and place. About those woven circles, they represent our location bounded by the converging Mississippi and Missouri rivers. The circles also represent the partnership between county and its municipalities, the partnership between government and people, and the balance to move St. Louis County toward prosperity. And the road red color is a nod to the traditional red color associated with our region's predominant sports teams, such as the St. Louis Cardinals and St. Louis City SC, while also standing alone as its own distinct identity. This logo is more than a symbol, it's an identity. It's St. Louis County, and our brand tagline is Opportunity Central. This single phrase encapsulates our core promise to residents and businesses, and even those just passing through. St. Louis County has what you need to get the most out of life. Whether you're looking to settle down or to start a family, or to build or grow a business, or just looking for a great new restaurant to try. You can find it in St. Louis County. Our region's population has been stagnant for decades, and we can't compete against ourselves. We have to work together as one. We want the Austins and the Nashvilles and the other metro regions that have done a fine job branding themselves to know that we see you and we appreciate you. But we are also competing with you, our pride, our talent, and our possibilities. They are St. Louis County, and they are our future. And this is a place where you can build that future. So as you leave today, we ask your help in carrying the message of St. Louis County as Opportunity Central. As you exit, you'll receive a lapel pin like the one I'm wearing right here. Wear it with pride. Show the community that we're unified in moving St. Louis County forward, that we're a welcoming place to live, to work, to invest in your future. We are Opportunity Central. St. Louis County remains laser focused on being a place where everyone wants to be. And we are currently shopping for the biggest welcome mat possible. I am sure that the County Council will be happy to appropriate the funds to buy it. So, thank you. Maybe. Thank you all for coming today. It's been a pleasure sharing the great work that we've accomplished over the past year, and I look forward to sharing another year of highlights when we meet again. Thank you.